Imagine a place that held all the knowledge of the ancient world. Every book, every scroll, every secret of civilization. Now imagine it all, disappearing in flames. This is the story of the greatest intellectual tragedy in human history, the Library of Alexandria. But here's the twist. Nobody knows exactly how it burned, or when, or even if it burned at all. Around 300 BC, Alexander the Great founded the city of Alexandria in Egypt. After his death, his general Ptolemy became pharaoh and had a vision to create the greatest library the world had ever seen, a place where all human knowledge would be gathered under one roof. And he succeeded beyond imagination. At its peak, the Library of Alexandria held between 400,000 to 700,000 scrolls. That's basically every important text from the ancient world. Greek philosophy, Egyptian medicine, Babylonian astronomy, mathematical treatises, lost plays, scientific discoveries. If a ship entered Alexandria's harbor, any books on board were seized, copied, and added to the collection. The originals, often kept by the library. The owners got the copies. That's how obsessed they were with knowledge. The greatest minds of the ancient world came here. Euclid wrote his geometry books here. Archimedes studied here. Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the earth with shocking accuracy, using nothing but shadows and mathematics. This wasn't just a library. It was the Google, MIT, and NASA of the ancient world combined. They dissected human bodies to understand anatomy. They built complex machines. They debated philosophy. Everything humanity knew was being preserved and expanded in this one magnificent place. And then, it was gone. Our first suspect, Julius Caesar. The year is 48 BC. Caesar arrives in Alexandria chasing his rival Pompey during Rome's civil war. But he gets caught up in Egyptian politics and the drama between Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy. Soon, he's trapped in the palace district with angry Alexandrians surrounding him. Caesar orders his men to set fire to the Egyptian fleet in the harbor to prevent his enemies from using the ships. But the fire spreads. It reaches the docks. Buildings near the harbor burn. Some ancient writers say the library went up in flames that day. All those irreplaceable scrolls turned to ash because of one general's military strategy. But here's the problem with this theory. Multiple sources mention the library functioning perfectly fine after Caesar's time. Scholars continued working there for centuries. So either Caesar didn't burn the main library, or he only destroyed part of it. Maybe a warehouse of scrolls near the docks, not the main building. The mystery deepens. Fast forward 400 years. The Roman Empire has changed. Christianity is now the official religion. The old pagan temples, they're being shut down. And Alexandria's library was connected to the Temple of Serapis, a pagan temple. Enter Theophilus, the Patriarch of Alexandria. In 391 AD, Emperor Theodosius orders the destruction of pagan temples. Theophilus leads a Christian mob to the Serapeum. They demolish the temple. They destroy pagan statues. Ancient sources say they ransacked the place. Was the library inside? Did they burn the scrolls? Some historians think this is when the library truly died, destroyed not by accident, but by religious zealotry targeting pagan knowledge. But once again, we have a problem. Some sources say the library had already declined by this point. Maybe there weren't many scrolls left to burn. Maybe the main collection had already been moved or dispersed. We just don't know. Our third theory jumps ahead another 250 years. Arab forces, led by General Amr ibn al-As, conquer Alexandria in 642 AD. According to one controversial account, written 500 years later, Amr asks Caliph Umar what to do with the library's books. The Caliph allegedly responds, "If the books agree with the Quran, they are unnecessary. If they disagree, they are dangerous. Either way, burn them." Dramatic story, right? There's just one problem. Most historians think this account is complete fabrication. It was written centuries after the supposed event by a Christian writer who wanted to make Muslims look bad. No earlier Arab sources mention burning any library. And by 642 AD, most scholars think the library was already long gone. There was probably nothing left to burn. So what really happened? Here's what most historians now believe. The Library of Alexandria didn't die in one dramatic fire. It died slowly, gradually, from neglect, budget cuts, and multiple small disasters over centuries. Think about it. Libraries need funding. They need maintenance. They need people who care. As Egypt changed hands, from Greeks to Romans to Byzantines, priorities shifted. Money dried up. Scrolls weren't replaced when they deteriorated. Scholars stopped coming. Caesar's fire in 48 BC? It probably destroyed some scrolls, but not everything. The Christian destruction in 391 AD? It definitely hurt, but the library was already declining. By the time the Arabs arrived in 642 AD, there probably wasn't much left to conquer. The library didn't burn in one apocalyptic moment. It faded away, slowly, quietly, like a patient dying from multiple wounds, not one fatal blow. So what exactly did we lose? We'll never know for sure, but here's what haunts historians. Lost plays by Sophocles and Euripides. We only have a fraction of their works. Complete histories of ancient empires, gone. Scientific discoveries that we had to rediscover centuries later. Medical knowledge, engineering secrets, mathematical proofs. Some estimate that 90% of all ancient Greek literature has been lost. Much of it was probably last seen in Alexandria. Imagine if every digital file on the internet suddenly vanished. Every Wikipedia article, every scientific paper, every historical record. That's essentially what happened to the ancient world. The burning, or rather, the slow death of the Library of Alexandria set human knowledge back by centuries. Maybe millennia. The Library of Alexandria's destruction reminds us of something crucial. Knowledge is fragile. Civilization is fragile. Everything we know could disappear if we don't actively preserve it. So the next time you're in a library, remember Alexandria. Remember what we lost. And remember that the responsibility to preserve human knowledge falls on every generation. Because the real mystery isn't just how the library burned, it's whether we'll let it happen again. Thanks for watching.